Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sandra and this is Everything Mama. I am so excited for today's guests. They are two wonderful ladies who are going to be sharing about their journey in one, mothering the cerebral palsy way. Yes, you heard that right. And then two, we'll also be picking the mind of a wonderful nanny who also takes care of a child who has cerebral palsy. I'm so excited for you to be educated, for you to be sensitized, for you to live when you've learned a thing or two. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back from that break. I am so excited for today's episode. So without wasting any more time, welcome my wonderful guest.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dorothy, a mother of two, 3-year-old Heather, and Harvey, who's 1 and 7 months. Harvey also has cerebral palsy.
What is it? What is cerebral palsy?
Cerebral palsy is basically a brain damage, in short, in layman's language. But there are various types of cerebral palsy. So he has dyskinetic cerebral palsy.
Okay.
Harvey was not born like that, so Harvey suffered from severe jaundice 3 days after birth. However, I must add that this particular jaundice had...
What is it, by the way? What's
jaundice? Jaundice is the yellowness. When you give birth to a child, sometimes you'll see them turn yellow. You'll see them have yellow eyes. When it's on the severe end, they tend to appear really, really yellow, like brown, very, very brown.
Okay.
Yet, it's not necessarily that they are brown. They have jaundice.
It's jaundice.
Yes, but Harvey was born on 4th Jan 2019. It was a Friday. So what people don't know is the jaundice that manifests before baby makes 24 hours is very deadly jaundice. I didn't know that. Perhaps even the hospital
Was also not aware.
maybe the medics that discharged us could have taken a bilirubin sample. Bilirubin is that substance which causes jaundice to come. You can test it through a blood test, if you can't necessarily see it manifest.
Yes.
So yes, we left hospital because I gave birth to Harvey normally. Harvey was healthy, so we were discharged Saturday morning. So when we went home, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, the third day is when I noticed something was not right.
Was not right, yeah.
He failed to feed, he failed to sleep, a 3-day-old baby. That was strange.
Because newborns sleep a lot, right?
Exactly. So when Harvey failed to sleep, I said, you know what, let me take him back to a hospital. But because I was also naive, I thought, I didn't think it was something serious. So I took him to a clinic in Tinder called LifeLink.
Okay.
When I got there, this pediatrician didn't even say anything to us. She had no time to say anything, to explain what was happening. I need to add that by the time I got to LifeLink, Harvey's neck had tilted backwards and stiffened from that angle. So I kept pushing it back and it would go back slowly. I didn't know what that was. Then another thing that scared me, for me this is when I knew that things had gone bad, because his jaw dropped. I knew right then that I was losing my baby. So I kept pushing the jaw back and it would go back. All of us know that when a person is going to die, the jaw drops.
Yeah.
So I just waited for that moment, but the doctor was so good. She rushed, said, between Zambia and Nakasero Hospital, I want you to choose which neonatal ICU to take Harvey to. So, of course, we chose in Zambia because I was thinking we need a traditional hospital which will do justice. So we reached in Zambia, they checked Harvey, there was a team of very many doctors surrounding Harvey. So now they started sending us out because now
They needed to focus.
Yes. So now they told me I had one of them actually shouting when I was going out, guys, I don't know who is going to do this, but one of us needs to cancel this mother. This baby is not going to make it. I said, no, I'm not going to.
You heard that?
Yes. So I said, no, if my baby is not going to make it, please allow me to take just 2 pictures. And I still look at those pictures with so much endearment. So yeah, they admitted us, they put her in an incubator, told me not to feed him or touch him that night, or
It must have been agony.
it was tough. That was the toughest day of my life. 7th Jan 2019.
You cannot forget.
I can't. So I put my chair right next to the incubator and prayed. I sent every prayer warrior in my
In your
phone
phone contacts.
asked them to pray. So of course I also sat there waiting because I did not want to go and sleep
You don't want to miss anything.
for a nurse to come and wake me up and tell me, hey, it has happened. No, because I had already heard it was going to happen. So I said, okay, since it's going to happen, let me sit and watch my baby go. Morning came
And he was there.
and he was alive.
Yes.
Now remember, he was stiff. His limbs had already become stiff. The neck was stiff. It couldn't come. It couldn't, turn. So of course, nurses feared my baby. No one wanted to touch him to help change.
The stigma had already begun.
Yes, to maybe help change the diaper. Even I, the mother, was scared. I'd never seen that. And I said, God, this is my baby. Let me keep turning sides, for the neck, regardless of what he's looking like.
Yeah.
So after 3 days, they told us that we needed fresh blood because there's what they call exchange transfusion, not blood transfusion.
Not blood transfusion.
This one is exchange.
How
They
different is
remove-
that from
Now, blood transmission, they'll put blood. They'll put a drip with blood and transmit
into your system, into your
exactly,
stream?
to add on to
What you have, yeah.
Now, exchange transfusion, they remove what you have.
And give you completely new.
Fresh. Yes.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, this is what was done for Harvey because the other blood was all infected, the one he had been born with what I call bilirubin.
Yes,
With what they
yes.
call bilirubin. So they had to put fresh blood. It was a procedure even I wasn't allowed to see. It was very tough. So I asked after about maybe 2 days, Harvey's neck came back. After the exchange transfusion was done, Harvey's neck came back. Then I could see the limbs were now no longer stiff. Now they could be, So I asked the doctor that did the exchange, so doctor, what does this mean? I know it's a brain damage. I've read and I know that brain damages are irreversible. So I said, so what does this mean? She told me, Dorothy, this means that your child can become a normal child and live a normal life, depending on you.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Thank you so much, Dorothy, for being with us and for sharing your journey with us. It is surely one. Babe, by the way, you're very strong. Do you know that?
God's grace.
You're really, really strong.
Also
It
the
must not
strength-
be easy.
It comes with time. As they grow, you get experience. I keep telling people, I think experiences, we derive strength from the experiences that we go
Yes,
through
definitely.
from day to day. Because I keep telling my friends, I think if I had another new baby who is normal, regardless of normal or not, I don't even like to use the words normal. All children are normal. Even Harvey is normal, but we call them normal, typical children. So
Yes.
if I had another typical child, I think it would be such a walkover, So yeah, I derive my strength from experiences. As Harvey grows, I'm growing emotionally, I'm growing
Yes.
physically, I'm growing spiritually. So yeah.
Okay, so on that note, what advice would you give to mothers of children with special needs? Because you are one and you've been living that journey and that experience for the past 1 year and 7 months, and I'm sure like you've come into contact with people who are living your same journey. So what advice do you give to them?
First, I really advise them to pick the strength, get yourself up, dust yourself up, love your child, love them. That's the child God has given you. There are mothers out there dying to have even just one child. In fact, earlier on, I have a friend who's been struggling with child, even conceiving. And she's so heavy, and she told me, if only God could give me just 2 Harveys. And as for me, it's some of those tiny things that keep giving me the morale to go through every day with Harvey. So yeah, pick the strength, pick yourself up, acceptance, love God, all those things. God is the center of each and everything that I do with Harvey. There are days that are really ugly and you're like, I just spent my last coin, and then you fall sick.
Yeah.
But pick yourself, dust yourself up, love your child, because I'll tell you, Sandra, I have a friend who keeps telling me, Dorothy, we love Harvey because of the way you love Harvey.
Yes.
People will only love your child,
If
including
even
the
you, it starts
community,
with you,
your neighbors, everyone will love Harvey because you love your child, your special needs child. Mine is called Harvey, so my neighbors will love Harvey because of the way
that you
I love
him
Harvey.
and the way that you treat him.
Exactly. If you treat your child in a bad way, lock them up in the house, no one is going to know them, no one is going to love on them. And one thing that I've learned over time is you pick what you get out of these children, just like the typical children.
Yes.
Give me a typical child that has no love from the parents, and I'll show you what they are like. And the Bible also says something in that
Along
direction,
those lines, yes.
So it's just in that same spirit. If you don't love your child, they can't blossom.
They can't thrive.
They cannot blossom. They cannot. If a brain, because not all damages, by the way, are the same.
Okay, yes.
So I also need to put that right. My Harvey understands. My Harvey is trying to talk. He calls me Mama.
Yes. He expresses himself.
He expresses
if he's upset,
himself,
you will
exactly.
know. If he's happy, you will know.
But I don't think he would have been able to pick those emotions if
he was a typical child.
No, if he was not in an
in
environment
of love and acceptance.
Yes.
So that means he feeds off of your energy.
Exactly.
He feeds off of what you give him and what Priscilla and what the people around him give him.
So it's very, very important. Do not lock them up in the rooms, in houses. Take them out. Do not hide them. My last advice. Get a support group. Get your people that support you and your challenge. I'm calling that child a challenge right now because it is a challenge to mother them. So get a support group. Get mothers like I who have support groups, and we encourage one another. There might be an experience, and I don't know, and we share.
Yes, iron sharpens iron.
Exactly.
Sharpen each other.
So get a support group. Don't fear to share about your child. About your child with other people. If you're in a new environment, tell the community, tell your neighbors, my child is like this and like that. They'll see how much you put in them, how much you love them, how much you relate with them, and they'll be forced to love them exactly the way you love them.
So they pick up on the standard that you set. Oh, that's powerful. Okay, so last week we did an episode where we were talking about the household in your home or the nanny in your home and how to get the best out of them. So why I picked on you and Priscilla is because I've seen you. Dorothy is my neighbor. I've seen them in action, like how they help each other, how they bounce off of each other for the good of who? Of Harvey. I've seen them work together and like their focus is Harvey. Whatever it is between us, our focus is Harvey. How do you handle that relationship?
First and foremost, as soon as I would hire a nanny, the very first thing that I tell them is, treat my child the way I'm going to treat you.
Ooh. Did you hear that?
Yes.
Did you hear that? Say it again.
Treat my children, the way that I'm going to treat you. Especially Harvey, who does not talk. I want you to treat him the way I'm going to treat you. I've never gone away from home and I carry a soda for Heather and I don't carry for Priscilla.
Oh.
Whatever I carry for Heather, I carry for Priscilla. So that same energy, there's no way I'm going to be away and I expect, and I'll be worried, oh my God, what if she beats, what if she... I've not given her the space for bad energy because of the way that I treat
you
her.
are with her, yes.
Exactly. So for me, I take her like my sister, my elder sister, because of course she's even older than me.
With me again today is another lovely guest who is going to introduce herself, and then from there I will let you know what we are going to next. Mama, please.
Yes, you are welcome. I'm going to say my names. I'm calling Amswood Priscilla. Yes, I'm
Priscilla,
taking...
you're very, very welcome.
Thank you,
Forgive me
madam.
for interrupting. Yes, you're very welcome. You're here today as someone who is very, very important, and you're here today to discuss with us what it means to be a nanny to a special needs child. Specifically, today we're going to meet Harvey. Harvey has cerebral palsy, and Madame Priscilla over here is his nanny. She looks after him. So please tell us, what is your relationship with Harvey like?
Harvey likes, like when you wake up in the morning, the first thing, to feed him. When you finish to feed him, to shower him.
Yes.
When you finish to shower him, and then you dress him up, and then you give him what? Love. When you give him love, him also can be happy. When you didn't give Harvey love, Harvey also cannot be happy with you.
Okay, so what do you do to show Harvey that you love him?
Just the thing I show Harvey that I love Harvey, I do things play like a child.
You feel like a child.
Yes, like 3 years, about 5 years, like that. Who makes Harvey to be happy with me.
Yes.
Yeah.
So tell us how you and Mama Harvey met.
Me, I met with Mama Harvey. I went to Bukoto office, and then there I go there and look the job. I get that man, and that man call Mama Harvey that I get a person which you want, a mature a bit. And then Mama Harvey, that man call Mama Harvey and tell Mama Harvey, and then me I ask that man the number of Mama Harvey. Mama Harvey give me the number, and that man give me a number for Mama Harvey. I call Mama Harvey, and Mama Harvey said, I'm happy, Priscilla, I'm calling Dorothy, but me, I want you to come and keep my child. Is lame, is a boy. First, when that man called me, like on Thursday, like around at 8 night, me at night I slept, but I get my new vision that I'm going to take care about the child which is lame, and then it's a baby boy. But for sure, when I come, I reach to Mama Harvey's place, I get a baby boy, and then I said, God, thank you. Let me take care about Harvey.
Let me take care of Harvey.
Yes.
So basically, you're saying you were recruited. Someone connected you with Mama Harvey.
Yeah.
And then you met Mama Harvey. When you met her, did you talk? Did she ask you some questions?
No any questions Mama Harvey asked me, but only he said, Priscilla, you are most welcome. And then he picked me. I come with her up to her home.
Okay.
And show me Harvey. I said yes. And then only that I tell that God, I'm going to look this child
You're going to look after him.
after Harvey. Yes.
Okay, so when your relationship with Mama Harvey started, did you receive any kind of training? Were you maybe told how to bathe him, what he likes to eat, how his sleeping pattern is? How did you come to know those things, and how has it been?
The thing Mama Harvey teached me, he showed me the food which Harvey can eat,
Okay.
how they prepare. But to shower Harvey, I looked at her when he's showering
You
Harvey.
observed her, you saw what she
Yeah.
was doing.
And then there, slowly, me I watch her when he's doing her things for Harvey. Just there, me I start doing those things
You also
to Harvey.
started to learn.
Yes.
Okay, so how do you and Mama Harvey make sure that your relationship stays well, so that at the end of the day it is Harvey who is receiving all the love? How do you and Mama Harvey do your things?
Because Mama Harvey, when we are doing our things, like Harvey, there's a time Harvey can come annoyed with us, but we make her what?
You make him happy.
Yeah. Over me, over Mama Harvey, like that. When he want even to rest at that time, I know the sign that Harvey want to do what?
To
rest. When Harvey is thirsty, me I know that
know.
Harvey is what? Thirsty.
Thirsty, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's very good. So, what message do you want to tell either ladies or gentlemen or people who look after children with special needs? What do you want to tell them?
I want to tell them like this, like those children like Harvey. The first thing first, give over her, over him. Love.
Love, yes.
Most love. You play with him, over with her, like you also, like a child. For 3 years, over 5 years.
You come
like
to the
that.
level of that child.
Yes.
And then how about the aspect of patience and to accept that this child is special and I have to exercise a bigger level of patience? How do you handle that? Do you have some days when you're frustrated, when maybe you feel impatient? Do those days come?
Yeah.
How do you handle them?
I see that today my boy is not happy. It's not. I go and tell the mother that today I can't see Harvey. Maybe he's happy, but today he never enjoyed his food very well. And the mother start checking him immediately and say no,
There's nothing wrong with
with
it's
Harvey.
okay.
Yes.
So
Maybe can tell me he's tired. He want to rest, and then we do what? And Harvey rest. When I rest, when he wake up, can be happy again with us.
I'm going to ask that question again. So, Miss Priscilla,
Yes.
the other question would be, because looking after a child who is not special needs is already a big job. You get tired,
Yes.
you get frustrated, sometimes you're impatient. So do you get tired and frustrated sometimes?
Yes, I get tired. When I see that I get tired,
What do you
when
do?
Mama Harvey is not there, the thing I do, I go out and start walking with him slowly. When I get what?
When you get-
exercise. When I see that I have get exercise, and then I come back and I sit down again and I settle with
And
him,
you settle
and
with
him
him.
also can be happy.
So what message do you want to tell people who maybe look after children with special needs but they don't exercise patience, or they take out their frustrations on a child? Because we've seen it happen. What advice would you give them?
I want to give them like this, like children like Harvey. When you see that you are tired, sometimes like me, I have my mat there. I can go under on the tree. I rest with Harvey. I put him also aside, me also aside, like that, and I start clapping.
And I've seen you do it. I've seen
Yes,
you do it in the
yes,
compound.
you see,
Yes.
I can do it. When I see that I'm tired, I give Harvey exercise for footing. When I see that Harvey is tired, I get over a balloon. I try to put on her hand to play. I want to rest him also to sit down. Over like that, I get a football, I start with her doing what? Pushing it like that, like that.
So guys, as you've heard from Miss Priscilla, yes, our children might be special needs, but the things that bring joy to kids who maybe are not special needs, they are the same. You've heard her say Harvey likes to take walks, he loves to play, he loves to rest. So indulge your children, exercise patience, and maintain a good relationship with your employer, so that at the end of the day both of you are on the same team. Because you've heard Mama say sometimes she gets tired, or sometimes Harvey is unhappy, and then she consults the mother, and then together they find a solution to whatever problem is there. Mama, is there anything else that you want to
When
say?
I want to add something, when children like Harvey, when you make him over to pinch like this, over to shout for him, you see him also can change the face
That
to
means
you.
they understand if you
Yeah.
come to them when you're
Yeah.
rude, or if you come to them
You
and
see
you're...
him also can change his face, and he's not a friend with you again. But when you him also is
Even
happy.
him, he's happy with
Yeah.
you. So Mama, I want to thank you so much for sitting down with us and for sharing with us your relationship with Harvey, how you're patient with him, and for the message you've given to the other people who also look after children with special needs. Thank you so much for being with us. Thank you so much for loving Harvey. Thank you so much for being there with him and sensitizing us all. I'm so happy and so grateful for having you with us. Our question of the day is this: what have you learned from today's episode? We've had two lovely ladies talk to us about mothering the cerebral way and being a nanny to a child with special needs. You've heard their stories, you've listened to their experiences and what they've told us, but what have you learned? Have you learned anything? Have you been sensitized? Have you been inspired? What have you learned? Go ahead in the comment section, let me know, tell me, because that is why we do these videos. We have come to the end of this video, and if you've been with me up until this point, thank you so much for your love and your support and your endurance in watching this episode every single Saturday. So next week I'm very excited yet again, because finally I bring you a male guest. I have a male guest who will be with us on the show, discussing also along these lines of the house help in your home and how to get the best out of them. So go ahead and subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any of the content that we share on this channel, Sandra and Neno. Apart from that, thank you so much for the love, for the support. Continue sharing your feedback, continue sharing the videos, and we'll see you next week. Bye.